Okay, we're recording. All right, fantastic. All right. Hi, welcome everybody. Sorry for the little technical difficulties there, but we're so happy to have you here. We have such a great bunch this evening. So Kira's going to help just admit people into the event here because I'm going to, I'm using a little script and a little notes that I'm going to have kind of up on my screen just in the effort to save paper. I didn't print it. I'm just going to pull it up right here. But welcome, we're so happy that you're here. This is our Tuesday night Step into Wellness event. And Kira, if you could just kind of help out with the chat too, that would be absolutely fantastic. All right, so we are just thrilled that you're here with us. We are going to be going over some hopefully helpful information tonight as you are either beginning your journey into wellness or maybe up leveling or enhancing your journey into wellness. So you might be here because you're just at the very beginning of your journey. And I remember when I got pregnant with my first, I have 3 now, that was when I really started to become hyper aware of labels and things. So that to me was kind of the beginning of my wellness journey. That's at least when I'm able to kind of pinpoint it. So maybe you're just trying to start to make your home healthier. Maybe you're working on emotional health, physical health. I mean, right now too, if we're being real, this is a time that many of us are just a little bit extra vigilant to get extra sleep, keep our immune system strong. If you're agreeing with me, you can type yes in the chat there. So we have people that are just getting going here and just starting to read labels, just starting to get away from the toxic cleaners and the scented candles. I'm a recovering scented candle addict, just so you know, so no judgment ever here. Or maybe you're one of those people who's been like drinking green smoothies for 20 years and you've been on this healthier path for quite some time, but now you're just ready to make things simpler and easier and take your wellness to the next level. So I would love for you to just take a minute to introduce yourself in the chat, say hello. This is more fun when we kind of can interact back and forth. Let us know where you're watching from. And are you somebody who's just getting started or are you here to just make things simpler and better? Okay. So we really thank you for being here. You are here with a fantastic group. I mean, how many people do we have? We have 50 people on here tonight. And I can probably bet my children away on the fact that the people that are here tonight are eager to learn and are passionate about wellness in one way, shape, or form. Again, whether you're just getting started or whether you are, a little further along on your journey. So a lot of people come to these events because they do want some extra information or support around sleep, stress, immune support, energy. I would love for you to type in the chat, which one are you here for? And I will scroll through the chat kind of at a halfway point when I'm not going to interrupt myself too much. But we will also open the lines at the end for Q&A. So feel free to use the chat. In the meantime, if you have any pressing questions, please keep your lines muted just to keep the recording clean and just to keep, no screaming husbands or barking dogs in the background. And we'll open it at the end. All right. Okay, so you have, and actually, let me just introduce myself. Let me take a minute to introduce myself. So my name is Jamie McKenzie. As I mentioned, I have 3 children. About 12-ish years ago, when I was pregnant with my first, I became very vigilant and very aware of what I was cleaning with. I was one of those like crazy nesting pregnant ladies. So I was just cleaning like crazy and I started to realize, wow, I'm breathing in all of this stuff. And I started to like pick up my bottles and read labels and see all of these warnings. And I'm like, wait a second, I'm breathing these candles all day, all day long and all night long. And this must not be good for me. And so started doing a little research, started doing a little reading, kind of one thing led to another. And that was really the beginning of my baby step journey for just for living a little bit more naturally, just to give my body, give my families, the members of my family, just like that kind of that edge up, so that we can sleep a little bit better, even if it's just a little bit, so that our immune system can be a little bit stronger, even if it's just that little bit. I'm always just trying to do the best for my family. And so I'm really excited to be here with you to share some of the things that I've learned along the way so far. And when when my trusted good friend introduced me to Young Living, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, which is a line of products. It's a company that um, creates and grows some incredible natural products. I was really excited because one, I trusted her. Two, I knew she does her research. And three, I was like, you know what? It's worth a try. If this is going to be a little bit healthier for me than my candle addiction, if this is going to be a little healthier for me than spraying down the windows with the blue stuff and the bleach and all the Lysol that I had been using, and I was like a really big Glade plug-in girl too, because I was a elementary school teacher. So I feel so bad for those kids. I had those plugins everywhere. If only like I had known about this, it would have been, they would have been in a better place. But so I'm excited. I'm excited to share some of this information with you tonight. I'm just going to go back to the chat just to make sure that everyone can hear me okay. We're all good, right? Okay. So just scrolling up here. All right. So this is the thing. You've probably seen healthy supplements, CBD, essential oils on the shelves now at like every corner gas station known to man. You may have even seen diffusers and oils in discount stores, on the discount online shops. But this is the thing that most people don't realize, that these subpar products that they slap like a healthy and happy looking label on are filled with synthetics and ingredients that can actually deteriorate our health rather than support it. So many of the labels on today's products appear to be healthy, and they use all these words like all natural and wild crafted, even organic. We have to be a little leery of in certain cases. And so in reality, there's very little regulation. This like gets me, like this like literally keeps me up at night, but there's very little regulation of these products. Greenwashing might be a new term for you, but greenwashing, which is basically a marketing strategy to make a product appear healthy when it might not be, is very common. And again, they use the appealing words and they throw on a pretty leaf or some logo. As consumers, we need to be really, hi babe, really discerning. So when it comes to, think about this for a second, what we're breathing in, what we are applying to our skin, whether it's our makeup, whether it's our lip gloss. I mean, I'm a woman, so I'm speaking for myself. We might have a couple guys watching this right now, but like I use lip gloss and lip balm multiple times a day, especially this time of year in the winter. And like, imagine that was toxic laden, right? So we want to make sure that what we're putting on our skin, what we're taking internally. I love taking my supplements. I notice a difference in my health and my energy. So I need to know that the ingredients and the integrity of the ingredients of what I'm taking is good, right? And I need to know where everything comes from. That's really important to me. So again, I was really thrilled when my trusted friend introduced me to these particular products that Young Living offers, because purity and quality is Young Living's top priority, and it is mine too. So Young Living has something really special called the Seed to Seal Promise. And I really encourage you, after this is over, you can have like a little homework assignment. I was a third grade teacher in a previous life. Go to seedtoseal.com to dive a little deeper into this. And I'll just briefly explain. So Young Living was doing farm to table, like we know that's such a buzzword these days, but was doing farm to table before it was trendy. So this is a 25 plus year company, very unique in that it's really the only company in the whole world that controls the entire process, from the non-GMO seeds all the way to the bottling and everything in between. And so you can go on seedtoseal.com, and maybe somebody can pop that into the chat, to look a little bit more about the farming practices. When we're talking about essential oils, which is where the company started from, and then it's branched off into a beautiful line of wellness products for the home and for the body, and some fantastic supplements. They all contain the essential oils. So the essential oils really, in essence, are like the building blocks of every solution that I'm going to talk about tonight, for sleep and for energy, and for all the things. So if the essential oils aren't the best that they can possibly be, like when we're looking at a bottle of lavender, here's my lavender, all that's in here is lavender. That's it. Nothing's added, nothing's removed. And this is absolutely guaranteed. And, I had someone the other day say to me, oh, I just went on Amazon and got my Young Living stuff. And so I just cautioned her. So this is something that I think it's worth repeating. It is actually illegal for Amazon. It's a third party seller. It's illegal for them to be reselling Young Living products on Amazon. And so if you find people, or you know of people, or maybe yourself are purchasing some of these things on Amazon, they literally can be opened up, dumped out, adulterated, changed, altered, and you don't know what you're using. So if it was just sitting on the shelf, it wouldn't make a difference. Like, who cares what's in it? But like, you're diffusing, right? You're applying, it's going into your bloodstream. In some cases, you might even be ingesting if you choose to. That is one way we use the oils. So we need to make sure that the quality is top notch. Okay. And I recommend, a little later in my wellness journey, I stumbled across a documentary called Stink the Movie. And I'm going to be getting into that more in my Toss the Toxins class. So you can ask for some information about that. I'm very excited. I love teaching about all the toxins. But look into that movie if you haven't seen it yet. It's called Stink the Movie. And really, it gets you thinking about why we should all be putting a little bit more thought into ingredients and labeling, because it's an unregulated industry, and that's kind of horrifying. So most companies can label their products 100% pure, and they actually don't need to be. And that's kind of wild. And I actually find that very scary. So if we're going to be welcoming these products into our home, into our bloodstreams, applying them on our skin, and even ingesting them, the ingredients matter. All right. So we can use essential oils. I've already touched on a few of the ways, 3 main ways. And as I go through some of the solutions tonight, you're going to be hearing some of these different ways. So aromatically might be like this beautiful diffuser that I have right next to me. I happen to be diffusing Peace and Calming. It's one of my favorites just for stress relief and just to help me with my anxious, like high running energy. So I'm breathing this in. Or another aromatic application would just be like huffing it from the bottle, just like this. There's some cute diffuser jewelry. There's like diffuser earrings. Some people will put a little bit right in their hands and just like tent their hands and smell that in. Topically would be something like in our CBD, or our pain cream, or our Thieves chest rub, which this time of year I'm obsessed with. Helps with respiratory. It's like the most amazing, but the oils are in that. So that would be like a topical application, or, maybe a topical application of just the oil would be to just take a little bit and, put a little bit on the wrist or like behind the ear. I like to actually roll oils up and down my kid's spine before bed and at the bottom of their feet. And we do a lot of that with some of the kids rollers, which I'm really just getting into recently. It's kind of a new addition. And then internally, so with Young Living oils, many of them are labeled for internal use. So for instance, Inner Defense, which is one of my absolute favorite supplements that Young Living offers, they've done all the work for us. And there are some powerhouse plants packed into this little capsule. So this would be an example of internal essential oil ingestion. This has oregano. Got to do a little research on that. This has cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus. It's like really good. And actually, while it's in my hand, I just have to read you because I get so excited. I take this almost every day now. Used to take it maybe like here and there. I take it about every other day, sometimes every day. And I love this. It's formulated with Eucalyptus radiata, which may help support healthy respiratory function, and infused with oregano, thyme, rosemary, cinnamon bark for antioxidant support. So this is like one of my immune support go-tos. But a really simple way to take oils internally is just to take like a drop of lemon, and this is just my evening decaf tea, and just add a little bit of lemon right to the tea. Sometimes I'll take peppermint, put it on my hand, like my hand. So there's different ways to be using the oils internally as well. Hi, sweetie. I'm just doing an event. Thank you, babe. All right. So let's see, just gonna go back to the comments for a second. Inner Defense in my Essential Rewards card every month. So we're going to talk about that because Michelle, I'm so glad you brought that up. That remember I said simple and kind of making this easier and better. I mean, don't we all want our wellness to be easier and better? One of my favorite parts of all of this, and I'm going to get into this in a moment, is being able to customize what my family needs every month and getting a really, really nice tailored, based on what my family needs with 3 children, 2 adults in the house, and some animals. We're able to have it come right to the door. We save a ton of money, and it's the best. So, all right. So I'm just going to scroll through the comments really quickly just to see if I missed anything like huge. All right. So let's get into some of the things that have been that many of us may have been struggling with lately. Let's just put it that way. This has been kind of one heck of a year. And I know that sleep, like when we have a lot on our mind, when we're worried, when we're stressed, I don't know about you, but like sleep is kind of one of the first things to go. Are you with me on that? Oh, and actually, you know what? I want to back up like 1 second because I think I skipped over one thing that I really wanted to read to you. Actually, you know what? I will read it to you at the end. I'll read it to you, and then it'll be perfect at the end. So sleep, because like, I don't know about you guys, but I just sit there and my brain is just like going. So are you somebody that just falls asleep very easily? Or do you have trouble falling asleep? Or are you somebody who stays asleep or is just waking up periodically through the night? Which one would you say you are? And I'm actually going to go back and look at the chat and see. So I have a hard time. Was it staying asleep or falling asleep? Wake up through the night. Yeah, that's me too. Actually, mine is both. Like I have a hard time falling asleep and I have a hard time staying asleep. Okay. All right. Good to know. I know. Well, at least we're not alone. At least we're not alone here. So I'm going to share with you a couple, and Young Living has 500 plus products, but I'm going to share with you just a couple of my top tips for sleep. All right. Let's actually start with a supplement. Okay. This is actually one of my favorite supplements. It is called ImmuPro. All right. And ImmuPro is everything that Young Living offers has the essential oils in it. Okay. So this is a little chewable capsule. I am down to my last one, which is absolutely horrifying, but it just came back into stock and I ordered multiple bottles. But this is, if you're an ImmuPro person, like this is scary. I've been like holding on to this last one for dear life. This is like horribly scary. So ImmuPro has, all of the supplements have the essential oils in it, but I want to read you what's in this one. So it's for immune support and sleep, which is kind of like a double duty. And I think right now, especially, this is so handy and it's really effective. So it has calcium and zinc and selenium and copper, which are all fantastic for a healthy immune system. But then it also has different mushroom powders. It doesn't taste mushroomy, so don't worry. Different barks. It has larchwood, larch tree bark. It has orange essential oil in it from the peel. So there you're getting your oils in there. It has strawberry fruit powder. You guys know strawberries are super high in antioxidants, right? It has wolfberry fruit powder. Wolfberries, which you'll hear me talk about later, are a really, really big part of Young Living, and they're very high in antioxidants. So it really does the body good. But then this has a little bit of melatonin. So for those of you that have trouble falling asleep and shutting off the brain, this is so nice. And what I recommend is you take this, you brush your teeth. It's a chewable, so it kind of gets stuck in your teeth a little bit, but you can brush your teeth with our awesome Thieves toothpaste. You're getting even like an extra layer of immune support and no chemicals in there that are harmful for the body. And then you lay down. And I have found that if you stay up when you take the melatonin and the ImmuPro, it can almost create a reverse effect. So it's actually really nice to just take it, get vertical, lay down, and then you might want to apply a few oils as you're laying down and getting into bed. So 2 of my favorite nighttime oils are lavender and frankincense. And, we all know lavender's associated with sleep. You can mix this with water in a little spray bottle, and then you've got yourself a little linen spray, which is lovely. Frankincense, I have a little trick with frankincense. Frankincense, because it's so amazing for calming and grounding and just like really centering your energy and just kind of like putting a little stop to the nerves. It actually quiets the nervous system, which is really fascinating, but it's also fantastic for skin. So this does tie into sleep, I promise. When I wash my face at night with my Young Living skincare, I then will add a couple of drops of frankincense to my moisturizer. It already has frankincense in it, but I need like all the frankincense. And so I add the frankincense to my moisturizer, and then I put it all over my face, and I'll rub a little bit down here. So by the time my ImmuPro kicks in, I'm in bed. I'm actually I think I might have left it upstairs. I am a Tranquil Roller girl. I love Tranquil Roller. It's by my bed, and that has lavender in it, but it also has Roman chamomile, and it might have something else in it. Whatever it has in it, it works so well for me. And I'm going to share something with you, trial and error, because, stress away might calm you right down. When I smell stress away, like I don't get calm. It doesn't help me. But frankincense calms me immediately. Lavender helps me sleep. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, like after the ImmuPro is kind of worn off, I reach for my Tranquil Roller, and I'll roll it on behind my ears or on my neck. And that is a roller. I don't have a lot of oils in my monthly order. Because it's so much of the other things that we're ordering for our family, the supplements and the soaps and like the toothpaste and things, just the household, like heavy duty items that we need. But Tranquil is in my order almost every single month because I do go through that much of it. And a couple of rollers for the kids that I absolutely love to give them before bed. If you're a mom or dad, Sleepy Eyes is awesome. And Young Living just came out with a whole collection of these kids rollers for different problems that we might have. This one is Kid Power, which kind of helps with some nervous feelings or just like bravery in general. And I'm going to tell you something. My kids, I don't think have used a drop of it because I am utterly obsessed with it. So for those of you that use Young Living, picture Valor, which is a really nice one that I'll get to because those of you that know me know I would never forget to talk about Valor. This is like Valor mixed with an orange creamsicle sundae. That is what it smells like. No lie. It is just heavenly. So I love this. And I put this on when I need to just kind of calm my energy. I look at stress and sleep almost in the same category because if you're super stressed, it's really hard to relax and fall asleep, right? Now, I want you to think for a second because Young Living is about sharing, really. Like I could be using all of these things, but if I was closet using everything and not sharing this with you, I would not be helping you guys. So I was helped from a friend, by a friend long ago. I love paying it forward and helping as many people as possible. I mean, and how many people do we have on here? We have like 54 people on here right now. So I'm really excited that by sharing this information, I'm helping somebody, even if it's just one person. So I want you to think who here or who in your life that isn't on here with you right now, who would absolutely benefit from this information? Like who in your life is struggling from sleep? Because I could probably name 5 people that is struggling with stress and sleep right now. So just think about that and always feel free to bring them back to any of our events. And we also have some really beautiful ebooks that we can send out. So maybe this isn't their thing, like they don't want to sit through a Zoom for 40 minutes. You can send them one of our ebooks. It's really helpful to get solutions into people's hands so that they can fix the things they need to fix. Okay. So I touched on stress a little bit, but when we are super stressed, does anyone know the answer to this? Does anyone know what hormone in our body goes really like through the roof? What level gets very high when we're very stressed? And oftentimes it actually causes our body to hold on to fat, specifically belly fat. Does anybody know what that is? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, so smart. Everyone's so smart. Yes, our cortisol levels go high. So we have a supplement that I think is kind of a hidden gem. And if you just like tried one thing for the next 90 days to see how it affected your body, and even if it just helped like the teeniest bit, Wouldn't it like so be worth it, right? We have a supplement called Cortistop. Stop the cortisol, stop the stress. All right. And this supplement, you take 2 in the morning before breakfast. And if desired, you can take another 2 before bed. I've actually been doing 4 a day. I've been doing 2 in the morning. My morning, because I'm super forgetful, turns out to sometimes be like 1 p.m. But then I take 2 before bed. And what you do is you take this for about 2 to 4 weeks. And then, I'm sorry, you use it for 8 weeks. I apologize. You use it for 8 weeks. So you use it for about 2 months. And then you take a little break. And I have heard nothing but fabulous things about this. So I have not been on it for a full 8 weeks yet. Ask me why. I have no idea. But I have 2 bottles here because I am absolutely ready and committed to do my full 8 weeks. Why do you take a break? You know what? It probably has to do, Abby, if I am not a medical professional, but it probably has something to do with the recalibration or readjustment of the hormone levels. That would be what I say. But they have a huge scientific team, research and development, putting these supplements together. And so I just read the directions and go by what they say on the bottle. I trust this company and I trust what they say on the bottle. So this one has oh my goodness, for those of us also that are dealing with some hormonal things, which often can cause the stress, clary sage, frankincense, there's peppermint in this. I actually love taking these because they taste good going down. You swallow them, but I love like the peppermintiness to them. You also are getting a yam derived pregnenolone. I can't even pronounce it. It's not progestins, it's pregnenolone. Can anyone pronounce it? Am I saying it right? Kira, you're my girl.
I think it's pregnenolone.
Pregnenolone. I was like skipping a syllable there. Yeah. Okay, so this is helping with our cortisol levels. This is helping with stress, which ultimately can help us so much with sleep. And I'll say this again at the end, but trying like 2 little capsules would be and then expecting it to work would be the equivalent of like working out at the gym one time and being like, okay, I'm waiting to become fit, or like eating like 1 floret of broccoli and then being like, okay, I'm healthy now. So that is why I love the monthly program, because it really helps me be accountable. It helps me create a system for my own life that every month I am doing what I need to do to help my body and help my family. Okay, so that was stress. Ellie, honey. Thank you, sweetie pie. All right. So a couple of oils that people love, and I would love to hear in the comments for those of you that are already using some Young Living things, like what are your go-tos? I feel like Cortistop often isn't discussed, so I think that's one I really want to talk about. But some of our big ones for stress, and you'll probably see these pop up in the comments. We have one called Stress Away. It's just a beautiful oil to either diffuse or again, put on the wrists, or you can rub up and down the spine or the lower back before bed. If it's an oil that you don't love the smell of, a little pro tip is to put it on the bottom of your feet and then stick your socks on, and you don't really have to smell it, but it's going to do its thing. It's going to get up into the bloodstream and work its plant power. Valor is one that is absolutely one of my favorites. And I think that's where Kid Power came from. They did take a lot of the same oils from Valor and they mixed them in, and then they add the orange creamsicle sundae into it. So Valor is a beautiful blue color. It's one of my faves. I don't know, this bottle's running a little low, but you can like kind of see the blue there. And I call it my bookend oil because I keep it next to my bed and I just put it on right in the morning. Love it, love it. Although I have to say, like, Kid Power has kind of taken over. So sorry, Valor. But then I put it on before bed because it really, really helps me calm. It quiets my mind. I go to bed smelling like this, like, incredible essential oil ball. And I absolutely love it. Another thing that really helps people with stress is, I think I mentioned peace and calming. So that's a very common one. Frankincense also works, but what might work for me is going to work a little bit differently for you. So it's nice to be able to have some choices. And if you have more than one person in your home, chances are your go-to sleep oil is going to be a little different than the person next to you. And your go-to stress or energy oil is going to look a little different than the person next to you. Another supplement that I love for stress, but it also can work for energy. So we're going to transition into energy. is Super B. So this is a vitamin B supplement. Vitamin B is fantastic for energy, but it also helps with cognitive focus. So all of us should really be on a high end vitamin B. This happens to be called Super B. And you're getting several different types of vitamin B in here. You have B6, you have B12. You're also getting your magnesium and your zinc and your selenium and your manganese, and you're just getting a lot of like important minerals that will also help the body kind of calm down, but focus, which I really, really love. Before I officially transition into energy, I want to talk about one more thing for helping the body calm down. Okay. Magnesium has been known to help the body chill out. It can help muscles. If they're really contracted, it can help them relax. And you know where I learned this? When my sister was in preterm labor, they actually put her on some high dose of magnesium so that her uterus would stop contracting. So clearly, we all don't want to be taking extremely high doses of magnesium every day, but if you are somebody who tends to run a little bit nervous or a little bit stressed, try magnesium, and it may help with stress, with sleep, and just kind of an overall balancing. So this is KidSense Unwind. I'm like that mom that takes all of the kids supplements because they taste good and they work. So I take 2 of these a day. I absolutely love these. The kids take 1, but this is a watermelon flavored magnesium supplement, and it couldn't be any easier. You just pop off the top into the mouth, and the kids love it. I keep it in like a little mason jar in my cabinet. I take it out of the box when it arrives. And because there's about 30 of these in here, I believe. Oh, no, I think there's 25. So I usually get 2 of these a month because we have a larger family. But this is a staple in my order month after month after month, because at the end of the month, like this is gone and I need more. And that I don't want to think about it. I don't want to have to go to the store. I don't want to have to run into Target. Like I'm really trying to avoid like public places at the moment. I don't know about you guys. So it's just so easy to be able to just have these things ready to go coming to my home. Again, being able to tailor what I need, what my family's needs, what our bodies need. Just want to check the chat. Yeah, Unwind is the best, Cheryl. Okay. So let's move into energy. So I did talk a little bit about vitamin B for energy. Do a little research on vitamin B and you'll see it's kind of one of those masterful vitamins that we all really need. This is one of our absolute superstars, and this is Ningxia Red. This also is in my my monthly wellness box every single month. It comes in this cool little like wine bottle looking thing, but it also comes in these small little packets. I actually wind up getting the combo pack because it saves a ton of money. And again, I have 5 people in the family. But what this is a super antioxidant powerhouse puree of the Ningxia Wolfberry. And so I'm not going to go into it too much because I don't want to be here till all hours of the evening with you. But basically antioxidants help the body fight free radicals. And so free radicals are like when our body's almost rusting or oxidizing from the inside out. And so if you picture the inside of your body almost like an apple, that when we cut it, it turns brown. This helps combat oxidative stress inside the body. So Ningxia Red is something that can help with sleep because it just helps balance the entire nervous system. It can help with cardiovascular health. It can help with stress. It can help with energy. And we love it because it's so high in antioxidants. So we take this as our immune support daily, daily pack of immune support every day. We absolutely love it. I know some of you want like a quick energy hit. You're like, all right, I don't have time to do all this stuff and take vitamin B and all that. Just simply using peppermint oil. All you need to do is just either smell it right from the bottle and it just peps you right up. I mean, peppermint is kind of no joke. Or oftentimes I'll just put a little drop on my hand and just lick it and it will wake me up. So when I'm doing longer drives or I don't like driving at night, I feel like the minute the sun goes down, I'm instantly just like mush. So a lot of times in the early evening, I'll just put either peppermint right in the diffuser or I'll just smell peppermint and peps me up, wakes me up, and I'm ready to go. All right, let's move into immune support. That's just the last category we're going to talk about tonight, although there are others. So with Young Living, you may have heard of Thieves, and Thieves is a really, really special blend that is exclusive here to Young Living. And you may have seen Thieves in other stores and things like that. It's actually kind of like a copycat. Thieves originated from way back in the 14th, 15th century when there was a whole bunch of spice merchants that dipped their handkerchiefs in this blend of cinnamon and clove and eucalyptus and lemon and rosemary. And they wore these herbal soaked handkerchiefs, and they went around and they were stealing from the dead and dying, but they were able to keep their immune systems really, really strong. And so the legend of Thieves, the blend of Thieves, that cinnamon and that clove and that eucalyptus and the lemon and the rosemary was born. So Thieves is one of Young Living's superstars. I personally don't know what I would do without Thieves in my life. We use it like around the clock. So we are diffusing Thieves all winter long. This is just one of the diffusers that I have. I have a diffuser in the kitchen. I actually have a diffuser. This is actually our bathroom diffuser. I just pulled it out here for this. We have a diffuser in the bathroom. I have one in the laundry room. I have one in our homeschool room, every bedroom. I even have one in my car. So Thieves is something that I absolutely love to diffuse because all of those plants, you do a little research, cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, lemon, rosemary, are all very supportive for the immune system. And because Young Living knows that, Thieves is kind of that like superstar oil. So what I love to do this time of year especially is take some almond milk, or you could do oat, or really you could do dairy, but I think dairy just creates some extra mucus. So if you were trying to really support the immune system, I would shy away from the dairy. But take your milk of choice, add in a drop of Thieves Vitality, this is labeled for internal use, and a little bit of raw local honey or any type of honey. You could probably even do maple syrup if you wanted to. I just like the immune supporting benefits of the honey as well. And you just warm it up very slowly on the stove, and then you drink that as like a little tea or a little elixir. And we'll do that instead of hot chocolate a lot in the wintertime. Just any way I can get that Thieves into my children, either through their nose or on the bottom of their feet. We love taking the Thieves roller up and down the spine before bed, bottom of the feet. We usually put like a happy breathing oil in the diffuser and we mix it with Thieves. So we'll do like RC with Thieves or Raven with Thieves. And did I leave? I think I left it upstairs. All right. I have like a really, I have a really amazing oil application that I have to share with you tonight about healthy breathing, but I'll wait till I'm done talking about Thieves. Don't let me forget. It's like life-changing. So because Thieves is just such a powerhouse, Young Living has created an entire line of Thieves products. So we have our Thieves cough drops. There's a Thieves lozenge also, which is just kind of like a nice little, Thieves, it's not a candy, of course, but something soothing to suck on. But the Thieves cough drop actually, it has a cough suppressant in it. So I have like 4 bags of these in my house at all times because you just never know. And so this actually you can use to temporarily relieve coughs due to a cold, occasional minor irritation, or sore throat. If you go into like CVS or Walgreens or Target, those red cough drops, I feel so bad sometimes for people in the store that I see buying those red cough drops because they must not realize, they must not know that red dye is cancer causing. It creates focus issues. It can disrupt sleep. I mean, there's actual research on how harmful those dyes can be. So I love that the Thieves cough drop, you're getting that same like menthol-y effect without any of the junk. And the ingredients really matter when we're working to support wellness. Thieves hand sanitizer, I don't think I need to say much more than this. I love knowing that my hand sanitizer is just sanitizing the hands. It does have some alcohol, peppermint oil, and moisturizing aloe. You're getting the power of the Thieves. Remember, it's going into your skin and into my bloodstream, right? So what would you rather use? A hand sanitizer that's throwing in hormone disrupting toxins, or something that's made naturally and smells amazing too? Smells so good. Some of the ones in the stores these days, like if I don't have mine and I'm like, kids, use a little bit, they're like, Mama, I can't, it gives me a headache. How many of you, like if you use the super artificial ones, within a few moments, you have a headache because it's just those fragrances, right? It's kind of intense. So Young Living also has Thieves dish soap. I mean, think about it. If you're cleaning your dishes with the blue, gross dish soap, that residue is going into your body. And I'm going to talk more about this in our Toss the Toxins class, but here and there, our bodies are very resilient. So a little bit of toxins here and there, like no big deal. But there's something really big that I hope everyone takes away from tonight. It's called bioaccumulation. And so what happens is, like, imagine this teacup and like water or tea is just dripping in one drip at a time, one drip at a time. It's fine up until a certain point, but once we reach a tipping point, forget it. And this is where dis-ease sets in, when the body just says enough, enough, and the body starts to scream. I'm sure all 50 of you here tonight know what I mean. When your body starts to talk to you in whatever way, either your sleep is a mess or your emotions are a mess or you're in pain, and your body will actually, or your skin, something's bubbling up on your skin, and your body is trying to speak to you to say, help me, do something for me. I need help, right? It's nice to not get to that point. I mean, we've all been there, but it is nice to try to not get to that point. What else did I pull out? Oh, my absolute favorite is the Thieves household cleaner. So I don't need to use the toxic cleaners anymore. This has taken the place of everything underneath my sink, and I just put a cap full of this in with my bottle of water, and I can spray glass, everything. It takes out stains like nobody's biz. This stuff is really, really good. So Young Living has a whole oral care line that revolves around Thieves. And the Thieves bundle is a really, really popular way to get started. So if you were one of those people who raised their hand and said, I am like ready to step into wellness, I'm ready to get started, I highly recommend you go back to the person who invited you and ask them about the Thieves bundle, because that's going to give you a little bit of soap. It's going to give you the cleaner. It's going to give you, I know I brought it out. It's going to give you the sanitizer. Oh, and like the Thieves spray. So it gives you toothpaste. It gives you mouthwash, gives you like a really, really nice assortment of Thieves. If that's what your goal is, if your goal is to start to swap out some of the yucky stuff for a better way. Now this time of year, because we're in the winter, I feel like winter skin is a big one. And so I'm not the biggest DIY girl, I will tell you. Like, I would much rather buy it ready to go. One of my favorite skin products this time of year that Young Living has is the coconut lime body butter. I'm obsessed with it. It's actually embarrassing how quickly I go through it because I just put so much on and I love it. I love taking a shower at night and then just putting it like all over my body. But a few years ago, I got brave and I followed a recipe that my friend Christy gave me, which is just taking these calendula leaves and soaking them in olive oil. And then, so simple, we strain it out. We add in some amazing skin supporting oils like frankincense and lavender. We mix in some beeswax, overheat, and it's done. And this stuff is amazing in the winter. So if you're someone that just like finds these Zoom events fun and you like to be together and you like to be part of community, we are doing that on Friday night, and you are welcome to come just to watch. Again, it could end up being a disaster. The computer, the heat, I don't know. We've just bought a new house. I'm still getting used to the gas stove. I've burnt myself like multiple times, like all over my body. That's another story. Anyway, I'd love for you to come on Friday if you'd like to be part of that. Okay, so just gonna check the chat and then let's see, I'll answer all questions at the end. Yes, thank you, Cheryl. That's on Friday. That's this Friday. Okay, so I bet now you are really curious, like how the heck can you get your hands on all of these goodies and get started on your wellness journey? So I'm gonna take you through 3 options, okay? So there is a good option, a better option, and a best option. All right. So the good option is a customer account. You can order like 1 or 2 items, but you are going to be paying full price. And most people are looking to save money. So very, very few people order through the full price retail account. The better way to get started is to choose one of the starter bundles and unlock a 24% discount. And that is so simple. So I just recommend go back to the person who invited you here tonight, because that's who you know and that's who you like and that's who you trust. And they will be able to, I'm sure you've already even chatted about it. Maybe you want the diffuser and the 12 oils, right? Maybe you're ready for like CBD. Maybe you're ready for the Thieves Kit. And so all of the kits are beautifully packaged. This is the oil kit. This is the one I chose when I got started because I was really excited for the 12 oils and the diffuser. And the nice thing about this is you get a little small sample of the hand sanitizer. You do get a Thieves hand spray. Actually, it's a surface spray. You could spray anything you want with this, like shopping carts and things. And you also get a couple packets of our antioxidant drink, Ningxia Red, which is nice. You can try it and see if you love it. And I just helped someone get started a couple weeks ago, and I chatted with her today, and she's like, I love that stuff. How do I get more? And she was already on the monthly. I was like, oh, just now that you know you like it, pop it into your next order. So the best way to get started is with our rewards program called Essential Rewards. And that's our loyalty rewards program. And this is what most people do. All right. And most people do this. And this is how I got going. It's because 99% of people want to make it simple and they want to save money. And so I found that most people are the happiest when they're getting products that work. And so we know that trying something once does not give us like a working experience, right? We really want to try something for 60 to 90 days to really get the full benefits. And so we've also found that people are really happy when the products work and also when they're saving money. So a lot of these things that I mentioned tonight, these are things, where would you buy these things? Like if you weren't getting it at Young Living, just like pop in the comments. Where would you go get hand sanitizer? Where would you go get like vitamin B? Where would you go get cleaner, right? So pop that in the comments. For me, it was like Target, Amazon, like Walmart. I was buying all of these things anyway, the drugstore. And so this is what I love about Essential Rewards. It's so easy because rather than adding to the budget every single month, it's literally just replacing what I was purchasing. And those products were kind of subpar anyway. I mean, like, oh, you know, I don't want to start bashing brands, but like there's products out there that are well-known natural products and they're not. And it's really frightening. So this is about replacing what you're already using, getting really, really like getting an up level with the quality and just making it super simple because it comes in one box every month. You can swap out, oh, I don't want that. I do want that. And this is the best part. You get points back, which is almost like accumulating a Young Living gift card. And so then you can cash in that Young Living gift card. You can cash in those points. You can redeem those points on almost anything in the product catalog. There's an exception on like a few things. So let me give you an example. Let's say you decide, I'm going back to the person who invited me here tonight. I'm so excited to get started. I'm going to get the Thieves Kit. Okay. So you can, when you're checking out, and it takes like under 10 minutes to do this whole thing. I'm just going to do it all online. And it comes right from the company, right to your house. And when you're checking out, you can just click the box that says, yes, I would like my starter bundle to count as my first month's order. And guess what? December orders is done. You get it on the way to you, and you've just earned about 10 or more, depending on what was in your cart, points back, which will then accrue. And then in January, you get to decide, what is it that I want? Well, I already got the Thieves. I think I'm going to try some Ningxia, or I think I'm going to get myself some Inner Defense, and I'm going to swap out. I really loved the soap, and I'm going to need more soap. You know, whatever. You work with the person who invited you here, and they'll help you like map out 90 days or so. And so each month you're going to accrue these points, and then you get to cash those points in for free stuff, which is pretty awesome. All right. And while we're on the topic of free products, I love that Young Living has a referral program built into all of this, which is really cool. So that means that if you are somebody that loves to save money, but even more so loves to get their stuff for free, you can actually use your referral link. You can come back to any of these events week after week and invite friends. Or if this, again, is not your thing, we have these beautiful ebooks. So if somebody's like, I want to learn about oils in a diffuser, we have an ebook. You can send it to them. And it says, go back to the person who shared this with you. And when they come back to you and you give them your link, Young Living will give you around $50 per person that gets their starter bundle through you. And so people do this all the time. You help about 3, maybe 4, depending on how much you've initially spent. You can get your products all reimbursed and paid for. And so I always tell people it's not mandatory, but it is built into this beautiful company that if you don't want to pay a dime for your wellness products, just spread wellness, help the people around you, and you will be getting a check between about $50 and $100 a month or more if you choose, and you can get all of your stuff paid for if you want to. All right, so I know that that was a lot, but I would love to be able to open it up and answer any questions that you might have, and I'd love to read some of these awesome comments. Oh, yep, you can save your points for like really luxurious ones. Oh, thank you. Okay, Patty, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to share my breathing support strategy. Okay, so this is what you do. In your next order, or if it's your first order, add this to your first order. You're going to order Laurus nobilis. Okay, it's probably gonna go out of stock now because we're all gonna order it. Laurus nobilis is bay leaf, okay? The Laurus nobilis that Young Living sells is actually Vitality. It's meant to season your food, and it's meant to put in like, well, who would ever put bay leaf oil in a smoothie? Like a crazy person. But you know, it's meant for ingestion, maybe salad dressing, okay? But once you get your oils into your house, like you can take the Vitality oils, the ingestible oils, and you can use them however you want. Okay, this is how I use it. I keep mine in the shower, keep my Laurus nobilis in the shower. And every time I shower, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you with like Raven, because this is another wonderful breathing oil that comes in the starter bundle. I put a couple of drops in my hand, okay, while I'm in the shower. I rub my hands together while I'm in the shower, and I cup over my nose and my mouth, and I breathe in. I try my best to breathe in through my nose and my mouth at the same exact time. So I'm going, so I'm kind of doing a combination because you actually physically can't breathe through your mouth and nose at the same exact time, but you can certainly like breathe in through your nose, breathe in through your mouth, and really get that Laurus nobilis down into your lungs, you guys. Okay, Patty, I gave this suggestion too. And she's saying something in the chat, which I'm not going to read out loud. I want you guys to read that.
So good.
Oh, Matt's in the kitchen going, so good, so good. Yeah, we're like Laurus nobilis obsessed. And so wait until you try this. So there's a second thing that I do, but I breathe in so deep while I'm in the shower. You're getting this like steam amazingness, okay? And you wanna breathe it down as deep as you can into your lungs. And I have been doing this almost every day of 2020. And then I'll take the leftover and I'll rub it all over my chest. And I love it. I actually have 2 bottles. I keep one in the shower and I keep one down here in the kitchen because I want to just be using that one as much as I can. And I absolutely love it. So, okay, that was my, it's kind of a hidden gem that a lot of people don't know about, but we're probably going to make it go out of stock now. What's your nighttime oil? Oh, yeah. Oh, you would like me to share that with people? Matt loves frankincense. Do you want to come over here?
I'm trying to, yeah.
Oh, here
I
comes
heard
Matt.
you talking about the,
Here comes Matt McKenzie.
I heard you talking about the nighttime oils earlier.
Yeah, my dear, please.
Hey, everyone.
So, what do you want to share about nighttime?
Frankincense is my oil. Just
It is.
load myself up.
He's so cute.
frankincense before bed.
I like always hear him next to
It's
the
the best.
bed. He keeps it on his side. Yeah, right here, rubs
That's
it
my
all
little,
over the place.
that's what I do.
Where are you putting that?
Everywhere.
Okay,
All right,
so all you guys need to do is go back to the person who invited you here tonight. They are your person, all right? They are going to be able to help you pick the starter bundle that makes the most sense. I highly recommend click that box that says, yes, have my order count as my first Essential Rewards order. Give it a try for a few months. You're not locked in. It only gets better with time. It like ages, seriously, like a fine wine, because the longer you're doing it, the more points you get back. I earn 25% back on every single wellness product I order now. My supplements, my hand sanitizer, my soap, 25%. So if I'm gonna do a $100 order, I'm getting $25 back that I can then shop and buy myself a lip gloss, a Young Living lip gloss or buy my Loris Nobilis or buy a gift for a friend. It's really nice. So I highly recommend check that box and give it 90 days. And then, see where you are. What are we, December, January, see where you are in like February, March. And one thing that we have found, and I'm just gonna be very transparent about this, the people that put a lot of oils in their order, like month after month after month, then they're like, wait a second, I have so many oils. It's the people that love that loyalty program are swapping out the toothpaste, the soap, the protein powder, which I didn't even have a chance to chat with you about, but like I did pull out a few things from my cabinet. A lot of those nutritional products that keep our bodies healthy, the Inner Defense, the ImmuPro, the Super B. So we don't want you to be overwhelmed, but we want you to know that we have solutions for sleep and for stress and for immune support, and kind of everything in between. And so work with who invited you here because they care about you. Thank them for inviting you here because they care about you and they want you to be well, and we want our world to be well. And so, yeah, so I think you're very blessed to be able to get this information from your friend who's invited you here tonight. And we're just so happy that you're here. We will be here next week, same time, same place. We have different awesome leaders leading these week after week after week. And on Thursday night, we have different events as well. So does anyone have any questions, Kira? Maybe we can stop the recording and then we can open it up for questions. Do you have